Hello students. I hope you all are fit and fine and doing very well in your studies. I also hope that you have done very well in your PT2 examination. So students, let's start again our science class, and today we are going to complete our chapter number 3, that is synthetic fibers and plastics. So whatever the last topic that is remain is about plastics. So let's discuss all that topics, and today we are going to complete the chapter. After completing the chapter, you have to solve all the questions and answers in your science copy, and after completing you have to send that work in group. So let's start our science class.
Students, let's start plastics. We have already started plastics, but let's revise once again. There are many objects around you that are made up of plastic. Can you name some of these objects? Students, I already told you that present time is the age of plastics. Almost all the domestic items are now made up of plastics, such as mug, bucket, chair, ball pen, etc. There is no end to the number of plastic items used by us. But what are plastics? I hope you know this answer very well, that plastics are polymers made up of a very large number of small units joined end to end to form a long chains. Now student, it is time to know about the type of plastics. So let's move toward our next topic, types of plastic. So students, we have two type of plastics. So two type of plastics are thermoplastics and thermosetting plastics. We will now discuss these two type of plastics in detail one by one. So let's start with thermoplastics. So students, let's start thermoplastic. Student, do you know that some plastics get soft, soft means melt, when heated, and hard again when they are cooled. Such plastics can be made soft and hard again and again. A plastic which can be softened repeatedly by heating and can be molded into different shape again and again is called a thermoplastic. So it means that thermoplastics are those plastics which can be melted repeatedly. तो थर्मोप्लास्टिक्स का मतलब ये हुआ कि ऐसे प्लास्टिक्स जिनको हम हीट करते हैं तो फिर वो मेल्ट हो जाते हैं, और जैसे ही वो ठंडा होते हैं फिर से वो हार्ड हो जाते हैं. तो थर्मोप्लास्टिक को हम कई बार, इट मीन्स वी आर मेक देम सॉफ्ट एंड हार्ड अगेन एंड अगेन. So such plastics we call them thermoplastics. Thermoplastics are flexible, so they can be bent easily without breaking. Thermoplastics are also known as thermo-softening plastics. तो thermoplastics को हम बार बार soft और hard बना सकते हैं. That's why they are called as thermo-softening plastics. Some of the example of thermoplastics are polythene and polyvinyl chloride. Now student, let's talk something more about thermoplastics and then you can better understand. If we take a plastic bottle means a bottle which is made up of polythene. So let's take a plastic bottle and add quite hot water in it. The plastic bottle gets deformed. Its shape changes and become irregular. This happens because the bottle is made up of thermoplastic like polythene, which becomes soft on getting heated by hot water and changes shape. This activity shows that the articles made of thermoplastics become soft on heating. Now, one more activity we have. Let's take a plastic bottle and press it by applying the force of your hands. what you will observe? You will observe that the plastic bottle bends easily. This shows that the article made of thermoplastics bend easily. So, in other words, we can say that thermoplastics are flexible. It means that thermoplastics are used for making those articles which do not get too hot and are flexible. So, articles like plastic bottles, plastic jars, combs, toys, plastic bags, raincoat, seat covers, bristle of brushes, all these are made up of thermoplastics. Now, packaging materials and chairs are also made up of thermoplastics. Thermoplastics are used for making the insulation of electric wires because they do not conduct electricity and they are flexible also. Some of the articles are made up of thermoplastics are shown in figure. So let's see that. Some of the articles made up of thermoplastic you can just see in picture. So I hope thermoplastic is clear to you. So students, let's talk about another type of plastic, that is thermosetting plastic or thermosets. There are some plastics which get soft only once the first time they are heated after being made. तो थर्मोसेटिंग प्लास्टिक्स ऐसे प्लास्टिक्स होते हैं जिनको हम एक ही बार हीट करके सॉफ्ट बना सकते हैं. फिर जब हम उनको सॉफ्ट बनाते हैं उसके बाद से हम क्या करते हैं कि वी गिव देम एनी डिज़ायर्ड शेप, और जैसे ही एक डिज़ायर्ड शेप हम दे देते हैं और वो ऑब्जेक्ट जब ठंडा हो जाता है तो वो क्या हो जाता है, बहुत ही हार्ड और रिजिड हो जाता है, और उसके बाद हम उसके शेप को दोबारा से हीट करके चेंज नहीं कर सकते हैं. इट मीन्स दैट वी कैन नॉट मोल्डेड थर्मोसेटिंग प्लास्टिक सेकेंड टाइम. इन केस ऑफ थर्मोप्लास्टिक्स वी हैव रीड दैट कि थर्मोप्लास्टिक्स जो होते हैं वी कैन मेक देम सॉफ्ट एंड हार्ड अगेन एंड अगेन, बट इन केस ऑफ थर्मोसेटिंग प्लास्टिक वी कैन नॉट डू इट. वी कैन जस्ट make them soft thermosetting plastic only once. So let's see that. When such plastic means thermosetting plastic, we are talking about thermosetting plastics. So when such plastics are heated for the first time, they become soft and can be molded to make an article of any desired shape. On cooling, this article becomes very hard and rigid. When this plastic article is heated again, it does not become soft at all. So we can say that a plastic which once set does not become soft on heating and cannot be molded a second time is called a thermosetting plastic. So students, it is clear that an article or object made up of thermosetting plastic will retain its original shape permanently even on heating. Thermosetting plastics are also known as thermosets. So, example of thermosetting plastics are bakelite and melamine. Thermosetting plastics are hard and rigid. Thermosetting plastics are not flexible. Due to this, thermosetting plastics cannot bend. When an article made up of thermosetting plastic is forced to bend, it breaks. Students, let's do one activity, but you have to very careful while doing any activity. So, by the help of this activity, you can understand more about thermosetting plastics. Now you have to take discarded electric switches and put it in hot water for some time. You will find that the electric switches does not become soft. This is because an electric switch is made of a thermosetting plastic. This activity shows that thermosetting plastic do not become soft on heating. If we try to bend an electric switch by applying the force of our hands, we find that it does not bend at all. This shows that the articles made of thermosetting plastics are hard and rigid. The articles made of thermosetting plastics are not flexible. They do not bend at all. Thermosetting plastics are used for making those articles which may get too hot during use and are hard and rigid so that they do not bend at all. So now let's see the picture of the articles which are made up of thermosetting plastics. So thermosetting plastics are used for making handles of cooking utensils such as frying pan, pressure cooker, etc. Plates, cups, floor tiles, electric fittings such as electric switches, plugs and sockets, ballpoint pen and telephone instruments. So you can just see picture on screen also. Now student, you know that thermosetting plastics are used for making the handle of cooking utensils because they do not soften on getting heated and they are poor conductor of heat. Thermosetting plastics are used for making electrical fittings such as electric switches, plugs and sockets because they do not become soft on getting heated and they do not conduct electricity. Now one thing I want to tell you which is very important. Do you know that the handle and bristles of a toothbrush cannot be made of the same plastic? Because the handle of a toothbrush has too hard and rigid, whereas the bristles of toothbrush have to be soft and flexible. This means that the handle of a toothbrush should be made of thermosetting plastic, whereas its bristles should be made of thermoplastics. So students, one thing which is very important, you have to note it down. The article made of thermoplastics can be recycled, whereas the articles made of thermosetting plastics cannot be recycled. So I hope that both thermoplastics and thermosetting plastics is clear to you. Now students, once again let's recall thermosetting plastic. See on screen. Once thermosetting plastics are heated, they become soft. When cooled down, they become permanently rigid. So this is one short cycle of thermosetting plastic. So by the help of this short cycle, you can understand more about thermosetting plastics. Students, let's talk about the structure of thermoplastics and thermosetting plastics. Thermoplastics and thermosetting plastics both are differ in structure. Now, it is a time to know about why thermoplastics can be softened by heating but thermosetting plastics cannot be softened by heat. This is due to the difference in their structure. Now, we are going to talk about their structure. Students, both thermoplastics and thermosetting plastics are made up of long chain molecule called polymers. Now, so first we will talk about the structure of thermoplastics. So students, please see the picture which is given on the screen. Now, in thermoplastics, the long polymer chain are not cross-linked with one another. So you can see that polymer chain in thermoplastics like polythene are linear and they do not have cross links. It means that in linear polymers, the individual units are linked together to form a long straight chain. Okay. So, on heating, the individual polymer chain can slide over one another and thermoplastic material becomes soft and ultimately melts. So, it means that in thermoplastics no cross links is there. So, polymer chain they can slide, it means move. Slide means what? Move. So, polymer chans can slide over one another and thermoplastic material becomes soft and ultimately melts. Now, on the other hand, in thermosetting plastics, the long polymer chain are cross-linked with one another. So, this cross-links you can see in the, you just see on the screen. This is the B1, polymer chain in thermosetting plastics like Bakelite have cross-links. Means that cross-linked polymers contain branches that connects polymer chain. So, in thermosetting plastics, the long polymer chain are cross-linked with one another. These cross-links prevent the displacement means sliding movement of individual polymer chain on being heated. Due to this, thermosetting plastics do not become soft on heating and they have been set into a particular shape. So, this is the difference in the structure of both thermoplastic and thermosetting plastics. Now student, you see this picture which is given on the screen. So, this is on the top you see thermoplastic and below that we have thermosetting plastics. So, these are the arrangement of polymer in the structure of thermoplastics and thermosetting plastics. So, you see in case of thermoplastics, no links between polymer chain help movement and due to that we can make thermoplastics soft again and again. But in case of thermosetting plastics, again you see links between polymer chain stop movement between them and due to that thermosetting plastics we can make them soft only once. Second time we cannot make them soft. I hope the structure of thermoplastics and thermosetting plastics is clear to you. Students, let's talk about useful properties of plastics. So first property is that plastic is chemically unreactive. Students, plastic do not react with air and water. You have heard about iron. When iron is exposed to air and water, it corroded. But plastics are chemically unreactive. Plastics do not react with air and water. Due to this, plastics are resistant to corrosion. In other words, plastics are not affected by the weather. Plastics are also often unaffected by various chemicals like acid and bases. Since plastics are unreactive and resist corrosion, the plastic containers are used to store various kind of materials including many chemicals. So really it is one of the very important property of plastic that plastic is chemically unreactive. Second property we have, plastics are poor conductor of heat and electricity. So you know that very well. In plastics, they do not conduct heat and electricity, so they can be used as insulator. So plastic being poor conductor of heat are used where heat is to be kept away from reaching our hands. For example, electric wires have plastic covering as insulation so as to protect us from electric current passing through them. Now, the handles of cooking utensils are made up of plastic so that we can hold the hot cooking utensils safely without getting our hand burnt. Now, third property we have, plastics can be molded into different shapes. So, plastic can be easily molded. They are used to make a large variety of articles having different shapes and sizes such as buckets, mugs, furniture, etc. So, really it is plastics are very useful for us. Next property we have, plastics are quite cheap and easily made. So, plastics are generally cheap than metals. plastics can also be made much more easily than metals, and due to these properties, plastics are now widely used for making many of the household and industrial articles which were earlier made from metals. So, for example, let's see that the bucket used in our home were earlier made from iron metal sheet, but nowadays most of the buckets are made up of plastics. Next property we have, plastic is light, strong and durable. No doubt, plastic have low density, so they are lighter than metals. Plastics also have good strength and they are durable. Durable means long lasting. It is because of the lower price, easily availability, lightweight, good strength, durability and corrosion resistant of the plastic that the plastic containers are preferred for storing food, water, milk, jams, juices, squash and so many other soft drinks. Being lighter than metals, plastics are also used in car, aircraft and spacecraft. So these are the useful properties of the plastics. Students, let's talk about plastics and the environment. So you know that our population is constantly growing, means increasing day by day. This leads to the corresponding growth in waste product as well. The waste produced can be of two types. First we have biodegradable and second we have non-biodegradable waste. About biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste you have learned in class 6 also, but let's revise once again. The waste which gets decomposed through natural processes such as the action of bacteria is called biodegradable waste. For example, paper, peels of vegetable and fruits. On the other hand, the waste which is not easily decomposed by natural processes is known as non-biodegradable waste. For example, plastic and glass. You must have seen two types of dustbin, green and blue, provided by the municipality to throw the waste material. The green color dustbin are for the biodegradable waste material, while the non-biodegradable waste material should be thrown in the blue color dustbin. So students, it is clear to you that the plastic is a non-biodegradable. The use of plastic has a bad effect on the environment. Plastic is a non-biodegradable, so the articles made of plastics such as plastic bags, bottles and cartoons do not rot when they are thrown away after the use. The waste plastic articles keep on accumulating in the surrounding and pollute the environment. Thus, plastics are not environment friendly. When the plastic waste material are burnt, they produce poisonous gases which pollute the air. So, the disposal of plastic waste is a major problem. This is because of following reasons. The article made of plastic are non-biodegradable. They do not decompose easily. This causes a great problem in the disposal of plastic wastes. Second thing is that the burning of plastic wastes give out harmful gases which pollute the air. So it is not advisable to dispose of the used plastic article by burning. So this is the problems related to the disposal of plastic. So students, let's see that the use of plastic has a bad effect on the environment. So let's see that the effects. First thing is that they hamper the recharging of groundwater. They hamper means plastics hamper the recharging of groundwater. स्टूडेंट, आप लोगों को पता ही होगा कि जो ग्राउंड वाटर का मेन सोर्स होता है वो रेन वाटर ही होता है. जब बारिश होती है तो पानी इट मीन्स सम अमाउंट ऑफ वाटर सीप्स इनटू द ग्राउंड ऑल्सो. So plastics which are accumulated on the land prevent the rainwater from seeping into the ground. This hampers means hampers का मतलब होता है रोक, बाधा, रुकावट. This hampers the reaching of groundwater. Also, it prevents the plant from receiving the water through the soil. Second, this plastics is harmful to animals also, who sometimes when the animals such as cow eat the food waste in the garbage dump, they eat the material like polythene bags. This plastic material choke their respiratory system. Choke means what? It means they can't capable to breathe properly. It means unable to breathe properly. So, this plastic material chokes their respiratory system, or they form a lining in their stomach which can cause their death. So, plastic they affect the life of animals also. Loss of aquatic life. Tons of plastic wastage is dumped. Dumped means dispose into water bodies such as rivers, oceans, lakes, streams, etc., which pollute them. This makes the aquatic life miserable. Marine animals, for example, fish, seabird, etc., swallow the plastic material which lead to their premature death. So it means that no doubt plastic they cause a very bad effect on our environment. Do you know that one thing? The waste plastic articles like polythene bags thrown here and there carelessly get into dirty water drains and sewers and clog them. Clog them means block them. They just block the drains. This makes the dirty drain water to flow over the street and roads, causing unhygienic condition. So really to dispose plastics or disposal of plastics, it is one of a problem for human being. So now student, it is clear to us that disposal of plastic wastage is a major problem, but we have to find out some solution to save the environment from excessive plastic wastage. Some of the steps which can be taken to save the environment from plastic wastage are as follows. So just listen carefully and please follow also. We should try to reduce the use of plastics by using other material in their place. For example, we should use bags made of cotton cloth or jute for shopping instead of polythene bags. Paper bags can also be used. We should not throw polythene bags, wrappers of chips, biscuits, and other eatables in water bodies, on the roads, in parks, or picnic places. The used plastic material should be put in the dustbin provided at various public places. This will keep our surrounding clean and also prevent the blockage of dirty water drains and sewers. We should reuse the plastic container which come with jams, pickles, oils and other packed food material for storing salt, spices, tea leaves and sugar etc. in our kitchen. We can also reuse the plastic carry bags for shopping purposes instead of throwing them as a waste. Plastic wastage should be recycled. All the plastic wastage in the homes, shops and industry should be collected and sent for recycling to plastic making factories. We should remember the 3 R's to save the environment from the harmful effect of the excessive use of plastic. The 3 R's stand for reduce, reuse and recycle. This means that we should reduce the use of plastic article by using article made of other suitable material. So my dear student, I hope that you just understand all the topic very well. So that's all for today's class. Now we have completed chapter number 3 and we are in position to solve all the question and answers of chapter number 3. So please write and complete all the question and answers in your science notebook. If you have any problem regarding any topic, you just call me or you can write in group. Till that, use mask and sanitizer, maintain social distancing and keep yourself free from infection. So, that's all for today's class. Dear students, thanks for watching this video.